How's it rockin', Dween Nation? You're listening to the Dween Sports Podcast. We're about to get underway. But before you give us a listen, we'd love if you could like, comment, subscribe, and share. We are posting weekly sports content, and we want to build up the brand that is Dween Sports. Thank you all, and enjoy.
Welcome in, Dween Nation. This is your host, Justin Paez, alongside Janoah, Agudelo, and we're here to discuss Week 13 of the NFL season. And we're going to do some game predictions as the only way we know how in the rapid-fire style. We're excited to do all of that, but before we do, Janoah, how you doing?
Yo, Dween Nation. This is, Thanksgiving week there. And this is going to be, Justin, we have 3 games to watch. And they're somewhat exciting games, okay? And, there's going to be some good watch while we eat and gobble there and have all the turkey, stuffing, mac and cheese, you name it, pie. And it's going to be a great week, Justin. And, it's getting tight here in the NFL. We're in the last week of November. And many teams are fighting for their lives. And it's going to be a fun week there, Justin. Exciting to hang out with, seeing you, my brother, with some family. And, it's going to be a very, very exciting week.
Yeah, guys, we get football earlier this week thanks to Thanksgiving. We get an 11:30 Central game, Detroit and Chicago. And then we got Giants and Cowboys on the middle part of the day. And then we end the night with Miami, Green Bay. Then we got a Black Friday game. And then we obviously got our Sunday and Monday slate. And so we're going to predict each and every one of those games rapid fire style. And I'm ready to go when you are.
Yes, let's get the timer ready here. And I'll count you down.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, last week I was 9. Wait, last week I was 9-7. No, last week I was 9. I was 7. I was 8-6. This week I'm gonna do a lot better. Are we ready? Let's do it. Chicago at Detroit. I got the Lions winning this game at home. Giants at Cowboys. I got the Cowboys winning at home as well. 2 straight victories for them. Miami at Green Bay. I got the Packers winning that game. We moved to Black Friday football. I got the Chiefs winning in a rivalry game against the Vegas Raiders. Then we moved to Sunday, the Chargers at Atlanta. This one's a tough game, but I'm going to go with the Chargers. Pittsburgh at Cincy. I'm going to go with the Bengals. Arizona at Minnesota. I'm going to go with Arizona. They're bipolar, but I think this week they do well. The Colts at the Patriots. I'm going with AR to finally bounce back after kind of an ugly game last week. Seattle at the Jets. I'm going with the Seahawks. Tennessee at the Commanders. Texans get the win over the Jags. Rams versus the Saints. I'm going with the Rams. Buccaneers at Panthers. I'm going with the Buccaneers. Philadelphia at Baltimore. I'm going Baltimore. San Francisco at Buffalo. I'm going with the Bills. And we end Monday night with Bo Nix versus Jameis Winston. And I got Bo Nix and the Broncos.
All right, Justin. 1 minute and 14 seconds there.
I
was
fine with that. I was trying to find where my record was last week, and I couldn't find it, and then I found it. But anyway.
I would say you actually finished exactly at a minute, because once you actually started the picks there, it was ready 14 seconds in, which is 1:14 is what you finished. So I would say you actually finished 1 minute there, which is absolutely fast for what? There's no bye weeks this week there, right,
No
Justin? So pretty good there. That might be a Dween Sports record if we have any Dween Nation viewers out there that keep track. But I'll whenever you're ready, I'll go ahead and go.
Let's do it. I'll count you down. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
All right, so on Thanksgiving Day, we start off a tradition in Detroit. Lions and the Bears, give me the Lions. We go to Dallas, where they face the Giants. Give me the Cowboys to get a second straight victory. Then we go to Green Bay in the cold, ruckus Lambeau Field against Miami. Give me Green Bay to sack Tua 4 to 5 times in the second half. Then we go to Kansas City, where they host the Raiders. The Raiders are going to be probably on the third-string quarterback. Give me the Chiefs to win. Then we go to Atlanta, where they play the Chargers, who are coming off a victory or a loss, on Monday night. Give me the Chargers to upset the Falcons there, or actually not upset, but just beat them. Then we go to Cincinnati, where they play Pittsburgh, and these are 2 teams that are coming off some difficult losses there. Give me Cincinnati. They've had a tough loss before their bye week, and they're home now. Give me the Bengals. We go to Minnesota. This is going to be the shootouts of shootouts. Give me Minnesota to win at home. We go to New England there, where they host the Colts. I actually want to pick New England there. I think this is a tough game for AR on the road, and I think New England does get the victory. We go to New York, where there is some drama there brewing there with the Jets. I just want to go. Give me the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks to win on the road. They have a tough defense now that's coming into fruition. Then we go to Washington. They host Tennessee. I don't really know how to pick this one, Justin. But just give me Washington, the safer pick there. We go to Jacksonville and Houston. I'm not confident in my Texans at the moment. I'm not surprised. Give me the Jaguars there to win. We go to New Orleans there. They play the Rams. I think the Saints upset McVay and company there in New Orleans. We go to Carolina, where I think Tampa remains dominant through the rushing game. Give me the Buccaneers. We go to Baltimore as they host Philadelphia. I think this is everyone's game of the week. Give me Philadelphia. I know Baltimore is tough. They have Lamar's the MVP, but I just feel like Philadelphia, they're going to keep this streak rolling. Give me the Eagles. Then we go Sunday Night Football. Buffalo home with San Francisco. We don't know what's the health status on Brock Purdy. Regardless, give me the Buffalo Bills. They're tough at home to beat. Lastly, on Monday Night Football, Browns at Broncos. Give me Bo Nix and the Broncos.
All right, 2 minutes and 9 seconds. So, I mean, you got more in on those takes. I'm interested on a couple of them. We differ on the Patriots one, which I think is a very interesting thing to pull up. Drake May has yet to win a home game with the Patriots. This might be the week for that. What was the other upset you have? New Orleans against the Rams, and then the Eagles get the win in Baltimore. Let's start with the game of the week with the Eagles and the Ravens, because I agree that is the best game on the slate. What do you think? How will this game roll out, and what are your projections for it?
Justin, first I want to say I think that Saquon Barkley is going to struggle in this matchup. So hopefully, we're not really sure on the status so far. It's early in the week on if Devonta Smith is going to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, as well as, you still got A.J. Brown there, and he is still one of the top receivers, quietly having a pretty good season there. I think he had 100 yards last week, and I believe as well as a touchdown. Or I don't know if he did score a touchdown, but with this Eagles team, they're so fun to watch there. And I think that they were able to kind of clean things and quiet the noise behind closed doors of what was going on with Hurts and Sirianni. By week 4 or 5, people were calling for Sirianni's job, which I didn't agree with. I think this is a guy that, 2 years ago took you to the Super Bowl. And then last year, y'all had a 10-1 start. Before, yes, y'all fell off. I do believe that was the lack of running game. And now things are working out with Saquon. He's an MVP candidate. And I do think that defenses are going to, the Ravens defense, they're really tough on the rush there. And I do think that they're going to be able to kind of limit Saquon. And it's going to lead on to Jalen Hurts having a great game. And on the flip side here, we have Lamar Jackson, the MVP of right now, last year, past, present, and the future. And he's going to have a great game as well. This is going to be a shootout. M&T Bank Stadium is looking to have some great weather there. So not to worry about anything there for fantasy owners. It's going to come down to who has the ball last, I believe. And these teams are pretty evenly matched up, in my opinion. And Justin, these are the story for both teams, right? It's the offseason. They were able to acquire each team the best running back, the best 2 running backs outside of Christian McCaffrey on their respective teams with Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. These were the 2 best free agent acquisitions of all of the free agency. And it's exciting that if these 2 teams don't make it to the Super Bowl, at least we get this matchup there. And both running backs are having 2 great seasons. They are the 2 front runners for Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think it's even close there. For maybe a Justin Jefferson might be close there behind there, but he's had a couple rough weeks. But you know what, Justin? Saquon Barkley had a phenomenal game last week. And Derrick Henry trying to match it up. He did get 100 yards last night in L.A. But you know what, Justin? This is a story that no one really is talking about there. It's just the 2 best acquisition at running backs. And Justin, if you were able to draft in fantasy with the 7th or 8th pick, I'm confident that Saquon and Derrick Henry were able to fall. You were to get the 7th pick and coming around with that, 13th, 14th pick and get Derrick Henry. And they're doing wonders. If you have those 2 players in fantasy, you're possibly 8-3, 9-2, 9, whatever it may be. And so this is definitely what it all comes down to. Yes, both quarterbacks are mobile. They're able to get you rushing touchdowns. However, Justin, it all comes down to these 2 running backs that are having phenomenal historical years.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that 2 players that switch teams. Some view them as like older, obviously they're veterans, but Derrick Henry's in his 30s now, and Saquon always too injury prone, and the Giants were always bad teams, but they both joined good teams, good quarterbacks, good schemes, and they're showing out. I mean, we should have seen it coming. It was standing right in front of our faces before the season, and they've been just golden. And I think those two are going to be the Eagles defense and the Ravens defense are actually both very good run defenses. So we might see actually a duel from Lamar and Jalen more likely. But I think the X factor maybe in that game is Devonta Smith, who right now is, to me, probably projected not to play just because he was already ruled out on last Friday, for the game against the Rams. So he's got to come back and play in this game. If not, obviously AJ looked really good last week, but they don't really have any other passing options. So I'm curious to see how that will run. And then with the Ravens, Andrews has been stepping up as of late. Zay Flowers is always there to get some catches, and he's gonna draw the Quinyon Mitchell matchup, so that might be tough for him. But I think that game is going to be a little bit lower scoring than we think. Obviously, they're some of the best offenses, but I just think the defenses might step up in this game. But you're still starting all your players. I mean, Lamar, Derek, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, and then Eagles, you got Hurts and Saquon and A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith if he plays. So I think that game is super interesting. Another game we should definitely discuss is the San Francisco and Buffalo game. Seeing that Sunday Night Football, normally this game would be a game of the week, but the 49ers have kind of fallen off as of late. But if Purdy plays, how excited are you for the 49ers offense and then as well as Buffalo?
Not too excited there, Justin. I feel like the 49ers are, I mentioned a few weeks ago, I was excited for their last stretch of the season, but it's just not looking too well there. Obviously, with McCaffrey back, he looked okay last week in Green Bay. I'm not too excited, though. In fact, Justin, I would prefer this matchup to be in Santa Clara there, prefer to in cold old Orchard Park in Buffalo, where it's cold. It's rowdy, it's ruckus, and I think that the 49ers are going to have some difficulties moving the football there. They weren't able to get Ricky Pearsall involved, as well as, something's going on with Debo. He has not looked like the great Debo. I don't know if it's like the jersey number change, him from going to 19 to 1. Kittle is still Kittle. He's still going to do his thing. But I'm really concerned for all 49ers players for some reason. And we're not really sure if Purdy's going to play. Obviously, it's early in the week. I'm assuming he does. I think this is somewhat of a close game, but then I think Buffalo just breaks away in the second half.
Yeah, Buffalo's look too good for me to see a struggling offense on the road. A team that normally plays in the heat or at least good weather. Now they're going to play in that cold weather. So I'd be a little worried for San Francisco. If Brandon Allen is to be out, I feel like you can only start Kittle and McCaffrey. If Purdy plays, you probably got to start, obviously, Kittle, McCaffrey. You can throw in Jennings and Debo, but they're more cautious plays. The Bills, I think I would start, of course, Allen and Cook. Kincaid might still be out after this week. We're not sure on the reports yet. I haven't heard anything. And the receivers are kind of unreliable. I don't really know who I'd pick. Shakir's the best out of all of them, but I think those are two very interesting games we just discussed. Dwayne Nation, as you can see, you saw all of our takes, who we think's going to win and lose those games. So thank you guys for listening. We got some starts of the week and bold predictions to wrap up our Week 13 content. But thank you all for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good things to help out Dwayne Sports and keep us going this way, going up. But we're excited to keep going. And Janoah, send us out.
Yo, Dwayne Nation. This was our rapid picks of the week. Go ahead and take a look at us on TikTok. Check us out there. Repost our. We have rapid picks that we post every week, so you can see where we're right and where we're wrong there. So thank you for watching Dwayne Nation. We hope you're having a great holiday season so far. We love you guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.